What is your earliest memory that you have in life?
Such a weird one to try and think about because we were contemplating this. Your earliest memory, is this based on something you've seen, you've talked about, you've watched on video footage, or can you actually remember your very earliest memory?
Well, it's weird how like the first, I don't even know, 4, 5 years of your life, you
Just
generally
disappear.
do not remember. Like, so Jay, my son's just turned 4. Pretty much everything he's experienced so far in his life is going to be a write-off. Like, I know it forms you and it does affect you, right? What you go through and how you're raised and all that kind of stuff. But he won't even remember. All the fun stuff we've done, everything, everywhere we've been to, every weekend, every afternoon when we think of stuff to do, he's not going to remember any of that.
It's bizarre, isn't it? And a little bit sad
I
if you
know.
put it like that. You're
It
like,
is
oh.
weird when you think back and you're like, there's a whole period there in my life. It's just a blackout. I don't even...
Did I have a good childhood? I think so, but
So for you, Becky, going back to when it was just young little Rebecca, what was the earliest memory?
I just have this memory of sitting at the dining room table while everyone else in my family got ready for church. And I'm just sitting there swinging my legs, eating a chocolate muffin, watching them get ready and knowing that I wasn't allowed to leave the table because I had to finish my muffin and just watch
Yes,
them.
the old, you will sit there until you finish that.
And I'm like, they were the only ones suffering because I would have made them all late for church. I didn't care at that age. That's
Yeah,
my
I've tried that
earliest
technique
memory.
with Jay too. It's I don't know if it's that effective.
Effective.
Every parent does it. My one's weird, right? So we had this like a boarder, a dude that was living with our family. He tricked me, and one day we planned. He was like, "Oh, let's make a bubblegum tree," and I was
Yeah.
like, "This sounds awesome." I must have been like 4, some 5, I don't know.
Yeah.
But we planted this piece of bubblegum. We dug a hole in the garden. We soiled it over. Then we'd water it every day, me and him. He'd take me out there. He was in his 20s. Like,
He
and
got you to water
yeah, he'd be
it.
like, come on, man, let's go water the bubblegum. And I'm like, yes. And we go out and water it. And he's like, yeah, a tree's going to grow here one day. I was like, that's awesome. A bubblegum tree. How fantastical. And then one day we went to church and he left church early, came home and must have set it up. We came down the driveway and I saw a bubblegum tree in our garden. It was like about 1 meter high, branches sticking off, bubblegums somehow in plastic wrappers attached to it. I didn't question that. I just was like, God is good and we have a bubblegum tree. Look at it. It's real. I can't believe it. And I lost it. I was like, bubblegum grows on trees. And now I have a tree that will provide me and my family with bubblegum.
That is so great.
Forever. And it's like singed into my memory. The joy of coming down the driveway and looking out the window and just seeing it was like, I'm losing the plot here.
That is
This
so
happened.
cute.
Start it up. The Morning Wake Up on Life FM.